WTF Nation Radio
is in the house. Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
The Functional Veteran Center of Excellence on this 10 April 2025 in the year of our what the hell are we doing with budget cuts and soldier cuts or budget increases and soldier cuts? Dumpster fire. This is Sergeant's Time. U.S. Army WTF Moments. WTF Nation Radio. I'm your host. In the gunner seat, of course, I got the Sprinky.
Hey y'all, that's me.
Girl, where you been, man? What you been?
I've been trying to I don't know, solve terraforms or something. I don't know. I've been busy.
You've been I'm about to say you've been busy doing things. That's cool. Now you're out there making a difference in the community. That's what I'm talking about. I see you out there. Man, so
saving the world.
Yeah, I'm about to say saving the world deep in the basement of the Pentagon, somewhere in Alamo, maybe Area 51, or maybe somewhere, what was that, on the West Coast, out at Space Force Base at Vandenberg, or in the mountains, Cheyenne Mountain with the freaking Stargates.
You never know.
You never know where we're at. Somebody said we should have another location, another locale.
Can we pick somewhere tropical this time, please?
Yeah, I'm about to say, where do you want it? Yeah, where can we? Ooh, we can't say Hawaii, can we? Or I don't know. Have you been to Hawaii?
I don't know. Not for an extended period of time.
Oh,
not for an extended period.
I'm about to say,
you know me. I touch and go. I touch and
go. Just passing through. I just need some. We need some new locales. Somebody suggested, somebody in the chats a long time ago when I was talking about this, suggested that we have a location in somewhere in Missouri in those deep caves where all the conspiracy Jade Helm people talk about.
Again with the cold though. No. There's got to be temperate. Some caves where there's tropical. Yeah, there's got to be some tropical caves somewhere.
I don't mind the sticky sweating, but sometimes, man. It's annoying. I prefer.
Yeah, but with the caves, it's got to be cool in the caves. It's cool in the caves.
Well, I think most caves are cool, unless you're like, MacDill Air Force Base, Tampa. There you go. MacDill Air Force Base, Tampa, on the peninsula, just south of the what is that? The Hillsborough Harbor or Hillsborough River or something like that. It's been a minute.
Yeah, I think we could make that work.
We can make that temperate. That's there you go. I had a great time at MacDill when I was there. It was fun times. So, man, hey, real quick, I had some stories that are coming out while we were getting set up and discussing. Hey, look, I get it. If you're upset, your elected person didn't win the election, and if you are in uniform and you are a command or a commander of commanding of troops of excellence, stop with the petty shit with the command photos. Just
yes.
The troops see it, and the last time I checked, I always thought that the bearer or the standards keeper was always the sergeant's major, of said organizations. So if you had a sergeant major that was in this organization, and there's a chain of command board up there. That's usually every time there's a change of command or a newly elected cabinet, president, whatever. There's usually a you just got to change it. You just got to change it. It's not a political thing to change it. It's a matter of fact, the chain of command boards, I did a little digging on chain of command boards, and it's always been a sergeant major thing, right above the CQ desk, right next to the CQ desk. You'll see it, or in a hallway where the CQ is at. And every time there was a change of administrations or changes of commands, then the CSM would get, or the ops sergeant major would give the task of, hey, here's all the new command photos, print these out, use the command photos online, change the frames out, and change the command photos. Nobody would say anything. Not an issue. I think you and I, Spanky, could say that of the administrations that we've served under, it was nothing political about it. It was
it's
do chain of command.
Yeah, it's supposed to be apolitical. Like we shouldn't know who you voted for or who you like or who you don't like. We shouldn't know that in the Army. And you just change it, and it's all about the position, not the person in the military, and that's how it should be.
Right.
And that's how it always was.
Yes.
I mean, when I first joined the Army, I had no clue who any of my leaders or coworkers voted for. There was like news channels on, like in the DFAC all the time, except for I specifically remember it always being AFM because I was overseas all the time.
Right.
So
Right.
But again, I just don't ever remember. And hey, coach, yes, I'm back. But yeah, I just don't ever remember until probably around, I don't know, 2015-ish that I started to realize who people voted for, and I shouldn't know that.
That's a good. Yeah. Ooh, man, I like that. That's almost like religion. It's almost like sexuality, right?
Yes, I should know that.
You should not. It's almost like religion and sexuality. So should be politics as well. That's the reason why churches have doors, right? That's why voting booths have curtains, so that way it keeps the sanctity of the vote, right? But
right, and I'm not going to nobody's bedroom either. Check mine. I like my pillows best.
You can never find a good mattress lately. Anyways,
yeah, exactly.
Especially those copper wire ones. You always got to change those out because they're like melding. But at any rate, so I'm gonna send this out to the nation, the WTF nation, on all of our followers. We have approximately, scouring all over the platforms that we have approximately 2 million followers. Approximately 2 million followers on different, putting all the platforms together on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on X. And I will say this. Stop with your petty shit. So I'm gonna put a round across a bow, to use one of my friend's naval terms. I'm gonna shoot a shot across the bow, across the front of you. If your chain of command board looks like this, I suggest you fix it. I can't say maybe on a Monday edition conversation, if your VA chain of command board looks like this, then you need to fix it. But I will say this. If your soldiers are walking by this chain of command board and they're seeing it, and then they're wondering what your political whatever, and to do and I'm going to say this too, old school traditions and customs and courtesy, to have the back of, there's symbology, because, me being in the work that I've done, there's a lot of symbology, little freaking, symbols and stuff like that. And if I see a picture of a picture frame turned backwards, that's almost like, that's like disrespectful.
It is. And the fact is you have soldiers that support him, whether you do or not.
Yes.
And it's that, and no, those soldiers don't support you.
Right.
Because they should not know who you support. They should be supporting you as their leader, period.
So there's reasons why we have policies, uniform codes of military justice, customs and courtesies, and the keeper of the standards, senior NCOs like a CSM, to say this needs to get fucking changed. Look, guys, it's what? How many weeks out that we've been since January 20th, since we had the inauguration of the new administration? It's been a while.
Feels like 87 years. 87 years.
Dude, I know this is the longest fucking first quarter ever. Or second quarter, I'm sorry. This is second quarter. Holy shit. Second quarter FY26 is nuts. I can't believe I still to this day, I'm everyone's like, what about? If we keep going, we're now at the point of what about, and because of who was elected and who was in the seat. If you don't like the VP,
if I could outlaw anything, it'd be the whatabouts.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear that.
Well,
I would rather hear caveat than what about.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, or piggyback. But the whatabouts. I mean, we got a lot of shit. We got a lot of shit in the inbox for not posting things on both sides. We got a lot of shit for not posting on U.S. Army WTF moments. A ton of things that everyone's, what's going to happen with this? What's going to happen with that? And how come you're not saying this? And how come you're not saying that? I said, there's no violation. There's no whatever. I don't give a fuck what left wing or right wing pundit says about what is considered treason. What is this? This. But the standard of the U.S. military right now is that update your fucking command boards and stop being so fucking petty. To the point to there's rumors about. And we have this is kind of, I'm trying to see, we've had members of Congress kind of like say, hey, this is why a specific admiral in NATO got relieved, was because she didn't want to update chain of command boards. And pick your political party. That is the most pettiest fucking hill to die on.
And honestly, if that is why, then good riddance. But again, if it's just a rumor, then it's just a rumor. Because again, there are standards. We have that UCMJ thing and all these little things called ARs, and like just follow those. Like leave your politics at home.
Yeah.
Everybody, left, right, center. I don't know what's some other ones that I'm really trying to think of. That Star Wars ones, all the Jedi people,
the Jedi people, and this. What do you? That's right, the Jedi people. That's right, the
whoever
Sith.
Voted for Darth Vader, whoever voted for Mickey Mouse. Y'all leave that shit at home too. We don't care.
What's wrong with Darth Vader? What's up? Why you gotta hit on Darth Vader?
Again, I shouldn't know who you vote for. Stop giving me those hints.
No, I'm just I mean, look at it. I'll fucking put that up again. Look at this shit, dude. Fuck. You can't sit there and say you can't sit there and say the military's not divided by looking at that. Now look again, the pictures are turned backwards. That's like a fucking discommendation ceremony for the Klingons. That's like not saluting somebody on purpose. That's like putting your hands in your pocket when you fucking are supposed to be saluting. That's like turning your back on someone in a ceremony when they're getting promoted because you don't approve. This is some disrespectful shit.
It's like growing a beard on leave.
It's like growing a beard. It's like growing a beard on leave. It's like growing a beard on leave. That's right. Or not. Or it's.
You know, I'd throw that in there.
Yeah, throw that in there. It's like not throwing a bunch of fucking cover sheets in IPS-A. It's stupid. Don't do it. You're not going to win this. I don't care what you think is going to happen, but look, during the Obama administration, General McChrystal even made a fucking comment against the VP. And he was fucking relieved. Everybody remember that. There was an article from Rolling Stone called the Rolling Stone, the Runaway General. And no matter your politics, everybody even fucking said, probably because there was more support during the Obama administration against Biden or what have you. I don't fucking care. But that's what happened.
Yeah.
He said something disparaging against the vice president. Gone. You're doing this just the same, said command that I'm posting of. Now I got everybody fucking like zooming in on seeing who these people are. Because I'll just keep covering.
Like, who's that sergeant major that should be fixing this?
Exactly. Fuck, dude.
I mean, but he's probably out there like checking, like, who's got a fucking mustache today?
Yeah, he's probably got a mustache. Yeah. So again, don't. This is the bullshit hill to die on. And also, don't be posting your shit in fucking Facebook groups about what we just fucking talked about, because we know we get screenshots of Facebook groups that you guys talk about. Especially
everywhere.
especially in the public affairs fucking Facebook groups too. You guys are notorious about talking shit about us with no substantiated fucking
you know how
proof.
many accounts I have?
I'm about to say exactly. You can ban me, but you can't ban all of me.
Right? 8675399.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm serious. I'm in a couple of groups right now in the open. You know, everybody. I even modified some social media to make it know that it's me, and I just watch everybody fucking. You guys are fucking nuts. You guys are getting fucking trouble. I'm just sitting there. I'm not violating the code of the WTF Moments inbox. I'm meaning that if it hits the WTF Moments inbox, then that's when we discuss. But me just trolling around the fucking web, because oh my god, I could grab so much fucking material. I think me and you've posted some shit. Or me and you've talked about a lot of posts that we're in groups in, and we're like, dude, did you see this guy? So.
I mean, I think I wake up to, you know, all of these, like, hey, did you see this? And
Yes.
then you wake up to all of this because we're on completely different schedules.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's funny because you're like, oh God, did you see this? And you're like, I'm busy.
I know.
You're like, don't look at that.
And I wake up because you're up half the night. And
Yeah. And then you're like, who's this PAO again? I'm like, oh, that's the PAO to so-and-so. So again, I implore, I have fired the shot across the bow to this command. Fix your fucking chain of command boards. Because I think this is a fair warning to you guys to stop doing the dick dance and worry about your fucking troops. Because your troops are walking by seeing this stuff and you being petty.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get a lot. What was it? Fuck suck. I don't even go on F. Hey, what's up, Alicia? Yeah, I know, Alicia. You get a lot of drama from Facebook, man. We do too. There's other meme pages that are getting like just totally. They're about threatened to get same thing on the main page. At any time, U.S. Army WTF Moments can go away because of some errant Facebook page, or actually not errant, but some post that somebody will mass report, or Facebook will use their awesome algorithms to say that we didn't fucking.
I don't know. It might just be because we posted that, and somebody's going to think that, oh, we are like, oh my gosh, we're. I don't know, DEI or something that, you know, will get us like mass reported.
Let's get mass reported for. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like when DEI, Mr. C says nobody pays attention to the command boards anyways, and it's a stupid hill to fight uphill on. Exactly that. Until it's not done. Until it's not done.
If an NCO fixes a mistake when no one is around, it is still a mistake.
Yeah.
Is it still a mistake?
It is still a mistake. Yeah, you're exactly that. Exactly. So yeah. So yeah, Zuck is buddy with the current administration. I'd be worried about a dirty. No, I'm gonna tell you what, man. No way, dude. Zuck's in it for himself because these past administrations, I've noticed, he don't give up, dude. He don't care. He don't care.
You know, we haven't been getting like, you know, any strikes or anything lately.
No.
I'm like,
It's mostly on the main page because it's already got violations already, so it's like hyper sensitive to the violations. So
I don't know. Like,
anyways,
my personals. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I'm talking, the big pages, yeah. But yeah, like, do you even jump? Got some strikes and almost got fucking deleted. We almost got deleted. There's a couple of U.S. Army memes almost got, they're getting strikes too. So it's like. And it's really something that you see already on Facebook already, or you'll see on social media already. And the next day we post it and then like, oh my God. So, but at any rate, so let's talk about the defense stuff, the budget stuff that okay. Now we're talking about defense stuff. So you guys can relax. This is, he's the president. So he has to talk about the budget. That's part of his gig as the commander in chief. There's a lot of people that for some reason, don't have to realize these guys are in the gig, man. You can't fucking fight it. It's suck it up. There you go. We're not talking about fucking war crimes happening in fucking Texas or something like that. But anyways, President Trump unveiled plans for a $1 trillion defense budget. $1 trillion.
I'm telling that Dr. Evil voice.
It's like $1 trillion are going to be sent. Would represent an increase of nearly 12% from the current fiscal year spending levels. And President Trump indicated that at least some of the spending would come from savings found by cuts ordered by DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, although he did not specify any accounts. I don't know. I kind of want to like know what we're digging into. You know, I kind of
All
want to
right,
see.
I have to look because I just saw. Sorry, I just saw a headline about how much they saved, and it was significantly less than $1 trillion. So I'm like, and there's no like accounting for it or anything. So I'm like, how is that going to work? I don't know.
They're gonna,
And we're still $1.6 trillion in the deficit.
yeah,
Anyway,
that's
I would like
that,
to see the math.
yeah,
They're doing pure
that's what I'm
math.
saying. I want to see the maths on this because I'm the maths on this to me is kind of like, okay, so I get we're seeing a lot of this from the administration and on the Defense Department. Hey, we're doing this, we're cutting that, we're doing this, we're cutting that, and now they're now doing another post of how much money. I think the SecDef just posted another one of how much we've saved or how much is saving. Okay, from that point on, and I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Comms people for the SecDef, hey, we're veterans and active duty personnel. We want to see it. If you're getting rid of all this, we want some receipt. Exactly, we want to see some receipts because if you're doing a great job killing all this fucking mandatory online training, which a lot of soldiers are going woo woo, we also want to see. Okay, we want to see the maths. We want to see the, let's see what this looks like. Okay, here's what we had, and here's what's getting cut, and here's where it's gonna go. Because I guarantee it, lately in the news, what we've not seen it go to, the barracks, the DFACs.
Mm-hmm. Anything that's quality of life related.
Quality of life is
or
readiness.
anything. We haven't seen it go anywhere.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Show us some slides and graphics and cartoons and a walkthrough or something like that. A modular demonstration, as they say in RSOF. We want to see
cost of living allowance.
We want to see. Yes, we want to see where the cash is going. Good. Hey, woo-woo. Rock on. We fucking we're rocking. We're rocking. We're rocking on the safes. We'll see where the safes are going to then. Heather said it was my understanding there wouldn't be no new maths. Oh my gosh. No new maths.
Okay, I'm with you, Heath. I don't math.
We don't math good. I mean, one time we did a show and me and Spanky had a bad day at one sergeant's time we did. And somebody asked us to do the math on fucking BAH at Fort Cav, formerly Fort Hood. And we had been drinking.
Yes, we had.
Me and Spanky had been drinking. And
we did not have to work the next day.
We didn't have to work the next day. You did hear bottles and beer cans clacking open. And we were doing the beer math of the of BAH and the installation and how much BAH is being stolen. I'll say it from fucking privatized contracting. And I think it's stolen just like the DFAC money. It's not going to the soldiers. It's not going to the housing. It's not going to the DFAC. I'll make that comment myself. Stolen.
Yeah.
And I think it was like what? Didn't we estimate like about $22 million a month or something like that?
Oh yeah.
It was like $22 million a month of BA. And we were doing, I mean, we even had math people inside assisting us because we were like legit trying to get the averages of if so many soldiers of E6 of pay grade E6.
I think we were averaging it on like E4 BAH too, because there's all the privates and then all the E6s. Yeah, I think that's what we were doing.
we did the exactly. It was a pretty good. I mean, I had to look back and find it, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good maths. It was like roughly 22 point something million a month.
I don't know, like looking through my notebooks here and see if I have that one that we did.
Exactly. Because that was some good math. I honestly, it was like legit the meaning of the term beer math, and we had some. It was some good beer math. So he praised Hegseth on social media, praised the news on social media today. No, I'm sorry, Monday. My bad. Monday. And he says, coming soon, the first $1 trillion Department of Defense budget. And he wrote, President Donald Trump is rebuilding our military and fast. And Hegseth said, despite the significant increase, all taxpayer money for his department we spent wisely on lethality and readiness. Okay, look, I know we're going to get a bunch of shit for this, but we've been mocking lethality and readiness and warfighting from like the get. Since Mattis went on that one, and we all praise Mattis, the St. Mattis. Didn't that one time he went on a brief and he was like, we counted like every other fifth word or something like that. He was saying lethality. Yes. And we fucking
like keeping tick marks.
Yeah, we heard it was like his tick. Lethality and warfighting Dude, we were making memes about that shit to the point to where people were changing their social media handles to say lethality or including lethality. So when we talk about this, hey, get used to it. We were breaking balls on the last time, but
Spanking with lethality. I think that was.
it was like exactly lethality, spanky, lethality, ice. It was hilarious. So White House officials are expected to reveal their full budget plan for FY26, which begins October 1st later this spring. So for FY26, which begins October 1st. Wait, I thought we're 25. I'm sorry. Did I say 26? When we're talking about first quarter
Yeah,
FY26?
that's the second time. Yeah, this is the second time you said that. I think we're. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The second time you said it.
Forgive me.
Gotcha.
Forgive me.
I understand.
Forgive me because I'm. It's been a minute since I've been in the staff, so I got to fucking get my FYs good to go. Lethal penguins, yeah, exactly that. So Republicans in Congress has pushed for years for a boost in defense spending to counter growing overseas threats and operational demands, which I very personally, and we've discussed this before, I think is self-inflicted. I think we should not have removed fucking forces from Germany, and I think, and this has been, and we've preached this all through these last administrations, that they should have left the 1st Armored Division and the 3rd Infantry Division in Germany and increased the Corps there. And they reactivated 5th Corps, but they should have put everybody back. And we should have at least 2 heavy divisions there, a Corps headquarters, and of course there's a command and all that. Now there's like hardly that's why we do these stupid rotations with BCTs. And nah.
Yes.
They have called.
I would like to see the cost on that.
Right, I was about to say, cheaper. Yeah. Well, what happened with last?
We had to do that beer math.
Yeah. Where's that beer math? Yeah. Well, I'm talking about Trump 1.0 administration. What happened to the polls talking about doing Fort Trump or Camp Trump or whatever the fuck they were going to do? What happened to that?
See, that's what we need to find out. Because it's got to be cheaper to have people stationed over there.
It is cheaper. I remember my time being stationed in Germany for all that time. Oh man. Could you imagine you'd be able to move your families over there and hang out there? You don't have to worry about doing stupid fucking rotations every 9 months. And then everyone talks about business rules and dwell. We didn't even talk about the dwell policy that we're fucking violating like crazy.
Right.
Or business rules.
What happened to that?
Yeah. I hate that fucking term, business rules.
Oh, God.
They also call for cuts in government spending, which we know the DOD hasn't passed an audit yet, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing that they should be looking at is why does a screwdriver cost $20? And those kinds of things. That's
because it's a special screwdriver, Spanky.
Yes, it's got a nomenclature.
It's got
it's not just a screwdriver.
It's not just a screwdriver. So we will see. We will see on that aspect of these of this $1 trillion defense and spending. I want to see arts and crafts. I want to see cartoons. The veteran community. Some of us are a bunch of knuckle draggers, or some of us have been a little bit more detached. Some of the constituents and citizens as well. We're so disconnected. We're so connected on social media that arts and crafts, instead of sitting because nobody wants to look at a video, real quick video. Not lately, unless obviously they're supporters or whatever. But if I see, hey, here's what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Not cute little fucking cartoons, but here's where your money is going because of Doge. Doge did this and Doge did that. And because of Doge doing this, now we can do that. And we're going to have $1 trillion in defense spending next year, but we're cutting up to 90,000 troops.
Yeah. So where's this money going? Can't wait to see this. I'm gonna look up the receipts myself. Well, I don't know. They're unpublishing so much stuff online. Who knows if I'll be able to find it.
Exactly. It's in the chat, by the way. It's in the radio chat. Holy crap. Okay. So how, if you're cutting $90,000 troops, poor troops feel like they're $90,000 worth only $90,000.
Right.
If you're cutting that amount of forces and you're doing increased defense spending, where's it going? What are we doing? What are we looking at? Mr. C, once again, comment right now. Exactly that. Those Yukon rotations are just garrison operations, but overseas. It's also 9 months, every 14 months, and a 36 assignment, and you're guaranteed to spend a half to 3/4 of that overseas, and the math ain't mathin'. That's right. Mm-hmm. We agree.
And also, like when you go over on those rotations, you don't get to do the things you would if you had PCS'd over there, like sightseeing.
Oh yeah.
All the benefits of going overseas.
Oh my God, bro, I got a lot of shit from my fellow senior NCO buddies when I said there shouldn't be a general order number 1 over there.
No, there shouldn't.
You should be able to go.
Bring your family.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like if you're on a rotation and you're there, it should be. I mean, because there's people. You're right. Could you imagine you're like in the 1st Armored Division or you're in 3rd ID and you rotate out to go over there and you see people that are permanent party in Europe going to fucking clubs, going to fucking hang out, going to do whatever.
Oh no, absolutely. Because I've been on both sides of the fence. Like I was permanent party in Kuwait,
Right.
and everybody else is like all these other thousands of people over there are on rotation over there. I'm not. It's not like I have complete and total freedom, but I'm allowed to sign out and go to the mall and stuff like that.
Mhm.
They're not.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like completely different.
Yep.
So yeah, I absolutely get it.
I think if we're,
I mean, I wasn't like we're allowed to drink because that's not there.
well,
but,
yeah. But I think if
still.
you were to set the example and crush somebody who was fucking up overseas in those rotations, I guarantee people won't fuck up. Like they'll see,
Right.
oh shit, Sergeant So got busted for this and he got sent home, no rank, and he's got to sit there and do rear D stuff until we get back, and then that's it, and he's no longer deformed. To me, that's more of a that's a good ding to somebody. Like it'll really send a message out if somebody fucks up overseas on a rotation, not having GO number 1. But then again, here's another thing too. And this is how you make it on our page. if you have GO number 1 and we see you in the club and you're slamming your soldiers for drinking off duty or going to the club themselves, yeah. So the Army's quietly considering a sweeping reduction of up to 90,000 active duty troops. A move that underscores the mounting fiscal pressures that the Pentagon and the broader shift of military strategy away from Europe and counterterrorism, according to three defense officials familiar with the deliberations. So discussion is trimming the force between 360 and 420. Me and Spanky been to that Army. It didn't seem like nothing changed. It seemed like these motherfuckers are still here. I thought we were trimming the force down to its currently roughly level of 450,000. Potential cuts would mark one of the most dramatic force reductions in years as military planners aim to reshape the Army from a blunt conventional force, here we go, to what they hope a more agile, specialized instrument suited for future conflicts. Didn't we have this with the modular SBT the BCT concepts? Remember that?
Yes, I do remember that. How did that work out? Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh.
How did that work out? Get rid of the cooks.
Round and
round and round. Yeah, exactly. Nobody has made any indication, or it is unclear if any of these cuts are being molded for the Army Reserve and the National Guard. But I will say this: if you don't tell nobody shit, if you don't have arts and crafts and cartoons, everyone's going to go, you just asked for $1 trillion for money for defense, but you're talking about reducing the force up to 90,000? Ooh, good comment in there, Keith.
Right?
I
might try that.
I might try exactly that. Keith says in the chats, that sounds like a Chat GPT produced plan. Yes, this is our plan. We're going to spend $1 trillion, but not have nobody to do
modular army. Hold on, I'm typing it in.
You're typing it in to see, did we have a modular army? This was back during the time of general
adaptable,
efficient. Because what we had.
Okay.
What we had. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's just telling me how to do it.
Oh, okay.
Is built with interchangeable, self-sufficient units that can be reconfigured or deployed in a varying combinations depending on mission type, terrain, or threat. And then it gives me a basic unit structure with a company, battalion, just basically what we have. BCT. That's exactly what it told me to do.
Right. Yeah, it was a BCT.
So ChatGPT.
With ChatGPT on a BCT that was originally discussed by, at the time, the Chief of Staff of the Army, General Shinseki. General Shinseki did the same thing. And he was the one that said more modular, more leaner. So that's why when us veterans look at this shit and go, "What are you fucking talking about?" Look, comms people, y'all need to
We've
fucking
done this.
y'all need to fucking like sergeant major, a couple of sergeant majors and some NCOs in y'all's, so that way they could be some back in my day guys that could say, yeah, back in the day it was General Shinseki that did this. It was his idea to change the Army into a more rapid, more agile, specialized instrument. If you go into General Shinseki's background of how he wanted to be more modular, which by the way he was scoffed at the fact when somebody said that we needed more than more troops to invade Iraq, and everyone was like, no, you're good, whatever, get out of here. And Secretary Rumsfeld with this, you go with the Army that you have comment in a town hall. And the black berets, and the black berets. Exactly that, Keith.
Modular,
berets. Yeah, exactly. Modular specialized striker brigades with black berets.
Yes, we can't have that, rim of a hat getting in the way of all the modularity.
Well, most of the point about that too is about the black beret shit. Is that when General Shinseki retired from the Army, he was wearing the bus driver hat. He wasn't wearing a black beret. So it's like everybody's like, what the fuck, dude? Took the black beret from the Rangers, gave him a color that, okay, make up some history for this color, for this sand color. And then, because the beret drama is already as bad enough it is. So we will see. We will see what happens with this. Again, $1 trillion and 90,000 active duty troops. And there's a good question in there. I don't know what they're taking into account because we don't have slides. We don't get presented this stuff. We just get wave top statements of how they're going to do that aside from the normal attrition.
Because the rules are made up and the numbers don't matter. They just pulling it up their ass.
It's just like, can we pass a goddamn? Can we pass a goddamn fucking audit? I don't know, man. I don't know if we could do it. Quick, give more $1 trillion.
Sure, just ask ChatGPT to make us some slides.
Exactly. Just quit some slides and shit. Let's get this done. So yeah, all right. So again, 90,000 troops. $1 trillion defense, increased rotations. Now everyone's like, oh, gloom and doom because of Trump. Stop. After I almost said something what Hegseth said. He likes to say full stop. You ever see that? Even some of it. Okay, I'll say this right now. Even some of the supporters say this.
Stop?
Well, what is a half stop? Full stop. Full stop. Don't say it's because of this administration. After we drew down from fucking Desert Storm, we had the RIF. When there was a discussion of pulling out of Afghanistan the first time, and there was a discussion, they had the OSB. So a massive reduction in force is quite common in the military and within the DoD, and there's some that they get cut. I mean, I don't know some of the parameters that they say.
Because I tried to take a 15-year retirement, and they told me no. I was mad.
Yeah,
I remember because that was right when they started, trying to ending Afghanistan.
They were trying to end Afghanistan at the time.
Yeah, trying because it never happened until way after I got out.
What about the GSs? Okay, some of the questions I hear about some of the GSs and stuff. There are cuts that are happening in specific commands that I think we need to stop, freeze, hold. Like for instance, there's an organization that covers aviation maintenance and aviation. Basically it's almost like the big depot, the big depot and where all the stuff for, and it's managed by AMC, Army Material Command, and if they cut too much, the way I see it, our readiness on the aviation side is going to be degraded. And only me because, my heart, was aviation at first, is that I'm still in the mix with the aviation personnel and aviation friends. And they tell me that a lot of the GSs and a lot of the work that's being done in, the AMC, Army Material Command, if they cut too much, it's going to be a degradation of quality tech, TIs and work mechanics done on our aircraft. And so that being said, if that happens, then because I totally get some of the cuts because come on, Spanky, you've worked with some people. Mm-hmm. You've worked with some people. You're like, it's so fucking hard to fire a GS, and we're like, man, why can't you just fucking fire this person? Why can't you just? No. This person needs to fucking. Oh, this GS has been working up in his staff he won't approve my DTS and is denying his stuff, and everybody knows that's a bad or he or she is a bad GS, and we can't fire him. Well.
No, I specifically remember my first couple GSs I worked with, and I was like a private. They found a bottle of alcohol in his drawer, and it still took forever. I
Yeah.
remember that. I'm like, what the
Well,
hell? I mean, can
I don't know.
get it? Like,
I don't know,
that's
man.
so
I'll say this:
Yeah.
there's been some times where I had a bottle in my drawer too. I mean,
Yeah,
we can
but,
talk.
like,
I see what you're saying, though. Back in the day, yes. Back when this stuff was, but again, you always talked about this fucking GS. It's hard to fire a GS. It's hard to fire this person here. And what happened? It freaking people have no balls. That's why. Exactly that, Alicia. So on that note, we have to wait. But I will say this: the Army Material Command, I think they should pump their brakes before they start, firing specific people, because in the aviation realm, okay, look, motor pool stuff, okay, I could kind of see that type of thing. But when you're flying around in helicopters and flying our troops in helicopters, nah, I kind of think you need to pump your brakes on the reduction of staff. That's just me. More details to come out with that, because there's some technical stuff that should we discuss it would lead to the individuals that are talking about it, and I don't want to bust them out. So holy shit, we've been blabbing for already now almost an hour already. Shit. You want to push to the break?
Yeah, let's push through the break so we
Okay.
can, cut it early.
There we go.
Yep,
there we
gotta
go.
get my beauty sleep.
Yeah, about to say I need to get my beauty sleep too. I need oogles of it. Are they talking about doing 15 years of retirement again, or in the future? We don't know that, Hank, and that's the thing. This ambiguity of we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah, we just got some headlines. And
we
sound
just
bites. That's all
get
we know.
headlines, bro. We just get headlines. Hey, we just cut this. Okay, cool. Where's that money going? Hey, we just cut that bike. And they're like, okay, cool, thanks.
Yeah.
Are we gonna?
Yeah, we don't get anything in writing anymore.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
just,
exactly.
Whatever I feel like.
Arts
saying.
and crafts. The veteran community and some, the mothers of the parents of our sons and daughters that are out there would kind of like to know as well. All right, so let's just roll right this. Speaking of cuts, everyone was breaking my balls about this shit. The Army is to recode 20,000 parachutist positions in major airborne restructuring. Did you hear about that? They're gonna cut airborne's. Why they?
Oh no, not them too.
Why they cut
I mean,
the
why do we
airborne's?
need them in them? Why do we need them though?
Why? Whoa! Oh! Hey! Oh! As Coach would say.
I'm going to ask.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. There are some specific fields that, like for instance, that require to be airborne qualified. I know in the 18th Airborne Corps, there's one division, the 82nd, that has that capability that everybody has to be jump qualified, from the senior ranking, from the commanding general down to the private. The GRF, the Global Response Force, it has to be highly tuned and qualified and capable for airborne operations and for rapid response. 18 hours wheels up anywhere around the globe, right? So if they cut specific positions that are attached to or assigned that are not airborne, that don't really have a requirement to have airborne personnel be jump qualified because they're going to be like on the follow-on, then I could see the rationale behind that. But we also got information that we didn't post, what has not been given in much information, and what I've not seen, and what we've seen a circulating document is that they're going to the Rockassans. I'll say it right now. Shit, the Rockassans. We think the 187. They're going to go back. There's going to be a battalion going back to the 11th Airborne Division. So I think it's a Rocket. 187 is Rockassans, right? So Rockalicious Airborne. So there's going to be a restructuring of Airborne. So those slots more than likely that'll be gone would probably get reallocated to other positions. But in an interview with from the Green Notebook, we're going to post that article, by the way, from the Green Notebook. And they that group, that social media platform, professional military platform for Army leaders, had an interview with Lieutenant General Gregory Anderson, head of the 18th Airborne Corps. And so curious to see how that's going to roll out. So the numbers that are like going to be going below these specific numbers that are going to be, I think, maybe or maybe not going to happen, but not been I'm reading this below. The numbers below are the parachutist positions recoding by command, and these figures are estimate. estimates by the U.S. Army and not yet finalized. I mean, okay, cool. Army Times has got to say estimates, but when we were looking at the numbers, we're like, oh shit. 9,000 slots are going to be cut, or I should say, recoding. 9,000 positions in the Army Special Operations Command. 3,600 in the Army National Guard. 3,500 in Army Forces Command. 1,900 in the Army Reserve. 1,000 in the Army Pacific, and then 850 in Army Europe and Africa.
So they're just being recoded?
See, that's the thing. They're not saying they're going to be completely cut.
In other words,
because,
so they're just going to be like, sweeping a different motor pool.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Because it's some of the documents that we've seen and some of the stuff that, do we post this? Do we not post this? Hang on. Let me go back to see the some of the articles.
Because that's what it sounds like to me.
It's right. It doesn't sound like it's going to be different, right? It's going to be
right.
Yeah.
Just, okay. Or sweeping the same Interpol, but their records have a different code on it. Yeah, that's
exactly. So
their IMTO looks different. There you go.
They can be floofer and flowering their IMTOs, and you're gonna be kind of like okay. I kind of think that on the other side of the house, this still doesn't do anything for. Nobody cares about. I just want my fucking barracks, fucking not moldy and BAS. But anyways, hang on. Where was
maybe
it?
some fresh bread?
Some fresh bread. Let me see. Where is it at? I was looking at. Somebody was discussing about some of the stuff. I'm not going to be able to reveal actual because we don't ever post actual numbers on WTF Moments. But some of the documents that we have seen is being the reallocating in the future FYs. That's going to be. So Airborne is not going completely. It's not going completely gone. It's not going away completely. Freaking legs. Be hating on us.
I got two of them that work very well because I don't jump out of airplanes for no reason.
But yeah, it's look. I got it. I got it. Freaking. There is people that say that we don't need airborneans. We don't need airborne soldiers. But then again, I said that's like me. That's like me saying we don't need cav, or like me saying we don't need armor. I'm not of those fields to talk about if they're one of to be gone or obsolete. So then
you need me.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
you need me to breathe in the clean air.
You know what I'm saying? Well,
or you needed me to get paid.
That's what I'm saying, Spanky. I need you to get. I need you to sit. I need you to help us unfuck this goddamn MSA shit, man. Because holy crap, man. At any rate, so that was like the gist of today's discussion was talking about the budgets, the airborne stuff, the troop cuts, chain of command boards. Alicia says we don't need no screaming eagles. Damn.
We don't need those chickens either. And I was in that unit for a bit, that aviation
things, aviation things.
People. Yeah, I didn't do nothing except for USR because I was trying to get out the Army at that time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, fine. You won't let me retire. I'll sit here for a little bit and do USR for you until you let me out.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. But I don't need you to be jumping. I don't need. There's no need for, if you're a pack clerk and you're doing pack clerk things and you're being a pack NCO, person NCO, and you got their So like I said, there's specific needs for it. The 82nd Airborne needs it. The 11th Airborne Division needs it. There's.
No, I get Alicia. Oh, sorry. No, but that was just it. I had to leave Kuwait early because of my injury, and I was getting sent to Campbell. I specifically went to because I knew I was going to Brigade S3. I specifically went to that first yard. I'm like, look, I'm letting you know now. I'm coming here with a permanent profile. I'm not going to aerosol school. And he just looked at me. He's like, okay. I'm like, I'm just letting you know now. I'm trying to retire as soon as I'm eligible. And just letting you, he's like, so that's really what I did. I got to the S3 and they found out I knew how to do USR. They're like, okay, perfect. Something I can do.
See,
can do much else.
See how easy that is? See, sometimes a little convincing on that end. Hey, yeah, I can help you with this and I can help you with that. So, all right. So just got some announcements to do right quick. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the drive to help a paratrooper on Fort Bragg. You guys know that we worked with the with Sergeant Sutton, the bone marrow guy, and you guys know that we are asking for individuals to see if they are eligible to provide bone marrow for an NCO, Sergeant Derek Bishop. If you guys looked at the top of U.S. Army WTF Moments' Facebook page, you could see the different postings that we've had of organizations that are or installations, I should say, that are doing this drive. If you guys have seen this right here, or at least some different variations of it, this is the one that's going on currently at Fort Jackson, and it's this week from April 7th through the 11th. So one more chance to hit Fort Jackson. We just posted one for Fort Novosel. Fort Cavazos was posted already, and it happened today. So keep an eye out at U.S. Army WTF Moments. And also there's other mill media pages that have been doing the same thing. So check that out. There's no from if you guys remember, we had Sergeant Sutton on on Sergeant's Time. I think it was Sergeant's Time or the Monday edition. I can't remember. Where he came on and talked about how it is. You get screened, you get see if you're going to get tested. Don't let the freaking comments in there. Everyone's freaking out about how you're going to get it if you're eligible, and when you get screened, then it's just simple. They sit you down and they draw your blood just like you're giving plasma. So there you go. And there's no remember back in the day they used to like shove a spike down your freaking hip or something like that to get the marrow. Now it's a whole different process.
Right.
To do it. So don't be freaking out and it's painless to get the registration done. And so that right now currently is the one that's going on all week. The one we just posted for Fort Novosel, formerly known as Fort Rucker, and then the one that happened today at Fort Hood as well. There's another one that's going to happen, I think, at Fort. We literally just got it in the inbox. There's another one happening, so you're going to see the posts. So again, just keep an eye out on the timelines, and you'll see it get posted. Also. You guys have been asking us how to get paid, or can I give you a quarter for promotions back in the day? Did you guys know Zoltan has its own page? Zoltan, the S1 guru, has their own page. The mystery of who is Zoltan obviously exists, but if you go to Zoltan, the S1 Guru. As a matter of fact, if you look at the posts that we have on this broadcast, you'll see that. And also, matter of fact, let me do some scrolling here. There you go. Great information here. Discussions and conversations of all Alaracs and stuff like that. The latest as of 4 hours ago was the foreign badge stuff, because I guess foreign badges are now coming back because, I don't know, people are not used to having international partners or something like that. So, anyways, hit Zoltan, the S1 Guru. So shout out to Zoltan. And we did mention that we were gonna brag about Zoltan. So hit that. Again, links inside. You can just check it out. It's on the post. Just hit the hyperlink. And then of course, which other one that we tagged another one on here. Let me What's the other one that we tagged? Let me look. I don't want to like show pages and DMs and stuff of people. So
Right.
yeah, exactly. Hey, what's up, Zoltan? Zoltan's in the chats for all your HRC needs. Good to see you, Zoltan.
Howdy.
What was the other one that we had posted up as well? Another resource that we have. PCS Like a Pro. You guys know about PCS Like a Pro.
Oh yes, they are spilling all the tea.
They got all the tea on all PCS moves. I don't know if you guys saw that video, that public service announcement that we did that was posted a few hours ago about Home Safe Alliance and their connection to KBR. And so there we go. Pay attention to that. Share, like, and follow Megan there. I know, believe it or not, most of these pages we all talk anyways. So if we're posting up and we're talking and we're tagging them, more than likely, you'll see. Good to have you here. Good to have you here too, Zoltan. Big Z. So PCS Like a Pro. PCS Like a Pro has now collaborated with the collab app with us, Hots and Cots. And Hots and Cots, they now have PCS ratings. You guys don't know anything about Hots and Cots, right? If you guys have been paying attention, that's a collab app, right? So Hots and Cots. What's funny about Hots and Cots is that it started as a simple little app to just rate, almost like rate your freaking, what would they call that? Google ratings or something like that.
Oh yes, like Yelp, but
Yelp for the troops. If you go to Hots and Cots, also tagged in the post on U.S. Army WTF Moments Facebook page, they now have PCS moves teamed up. You can see right there with Megan's little image right there. PCS like a pro and Hots and Cots now have collaborated. I love this one big happy collaborative family. Zoltan, Hots and Cots, PCS like a pro. I mean, come on, this is good stuff. I like this. I like this collaboration. If anything else, it is highlighting the leaders. It is highlighting to the leaders just what the soldiers are going through, what the force is dealing with. So sounds like what? Sounds like some young private shit. What are you talking about, Alicia? What's Alicia talking about? Susan, Alicia, everyone's going in the comments, start talking about whatever. And then finally, last but not least, don't forget the shop. Don't forget the shop. The shop is open. Make sure you get your shop. Make sure you get your swag. More lines are coming. So the WTF Moments shop. So some of the t-shirts and tees that you see us wearing on while we're on air and all that, now you can wear them. Now you can get yourself some WTF Nation Radio or WTF Moments swag. You might even get a Facebook Ranger tab too if you want. You get a Facebook Ranger for all you Facebook Rangers out there. You get a Facebook Ranger one. Hang on, let me go big. There you go. This is a bigger picture. So Facebook Ranger, look at that. Woo whoop. You get a Facebook Ranger one, or if you are U.S. Army WTF Moments top fan, there you go. PT shirts, it's coming. Hey, the lines are opening up. Currently, we just did this introduction to launch the lines, so that way we can at least get the page open and get it going, so that way you guys can buy some of the articles of clothing that we wear when we're on air. And so, matter of fact, let me just drop the link in there. Best fishing captain Ranger tab. Oh man, how about a YouTube pogue? Hey, look, all the ideas and stuff that you see, or stuff like that, more than likely have been discussed. Oh, yep. Ocean's 11. Yes. All the stuff you're talking about, those are future lines. Some of the designs are going to be harking back to the days from when we had the coins before. There's also going to be, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this yet, there might be some limited edition coins. So if you get the numbered coins, you get the numbered coins and all that stuff. And then there's like the coins that everybody else, that the limited edition, yes, I got the limited edition ones. And everyone else, all the other plebes can get the other coin. So again, just keep an eye out. Refresh the line if you're like, I don't like that shirt, or I don't like that t-shirt. I don't like that sticker. I don't like that tab. Fine, but don't worry about it. We have. I'm looking at the future lines, and holy crap! How about a you can't park? How about a you can't park there? We were talking about you can't park there stickies. Zoltan's going to donate a coin too. Well, that's what I'm talking about. There we go. There we go, Zoltan. Hit the DMs to see what we could talk about. All trying too hard for what, Alicia? What are you talking about? You can't. So what we're talking about doing, and this is a discussion. I don't know. Our vendor might go like, "Hey, what are you doing? Talking about this." So there was a discussion. You know how when people park too close, they're not supposed to be parking, whatever. Like you have a pair of sticky notes, like you have sticky notes, right? Little yellow sticky notes. But instead of sticky notes, it just says you can't park there. So that way, if somebody's parking in your spot, you could put that on there and then just stick it on the window. And then
I like that. So it doesn't damage.
It doesn't damage. It's just a simple. Yeah. It's like a Post-it note adhesive, and you know how people. So I have a feeling that's going to be the rage with all the those who want their parking spaces. They believe that it's sanctity.
Gonna put it on every MP car like that.
Ocean's 11 says, if you make stickies of you can't park there, I'm gonna put them on every MP car on Fort Benning. Yeah. Oh, we're not trying too hard, Alicia. We started a merch shop a long time ago.
Right.
There was and it was a limited
Yeah,
run.
wow.
It was been a while, so we're not trying. It's always been there. So again, but make sure you share, like, and follow. Make sure you hit all of our socials. We're at 2 Facebook pages. And matter of fact, I got housekeeping already. Might as well knock it out.
Yes.
It's the housekeeping. There you go. Let me change up some stuff. Yeah. What about no pizza at the Land Nav site? I don't know, man. So we're broadcasting live on 2 Facebook pages at US Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, 2 YouTube pages at US Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, and broadcasting live on X. He's been using brand X. New and improved Joker products. I got to grin again and again. Sorry, every time I hear X, I think about that Joker skit on Batman, one of the 89 Batman. You know.
Right? Yes, I do. I remember.
Yeah, you don't look happy. He's been using brand X. At any rate, so today's Sergeant Time with myself and Spanky. Spanky will not be here next week. She's got things going on.
Yes, gotta go back to saving the world.
You got to go back to saving the planet, saving the world. Tomorrow is FTX. I think their bye week is done, so this is their week. And of course, a Saturday with weekend co-ops with Nemo and the crew, who normally streams with Stack Up or Valor Gaming or WTF Nation Gaming. We got gaming. You guys know we got gaming, right? So WTF Nation Gaming.
Right. Good times.
Good times. Sunday, the sports bar with the actual King Smith, and of course the coach. What do you hear? What do you say? There was no broadcast yesterday on Sunday because there was some convalescing going on, and then Monday, of course, myself and Massey, the Monday edition news discussion and conversations, news commentary and discussion. Tuesday is the 201st anniversary, 201st episode of Pop Culture, because we all, you guys, I don't know if you guys checked out his 200th episode that was this week. So Tuesday is the 201st episode of Pop Culture Warrior. Michael kind of
gotta count them now.
Yeah, I almost feel like counting them now. I feel bad now, shit, because I don't know how many episodes we've done.
I have no idea.
Same. Michael Carrasquillo, also known as CQ, as the Pop Culture Warrior with his angry crew of Mad Mike and Angry Elf. Wednesdays, the Sorents. We had a little family emergency for the Smoke Pit, TZ and Radar, so they didn't broadcast yesterday, but that happens on Wednesday. Hey, life happens, and of course, Sergeant's Time with myself and Spanky. But I think that's it. Again, check out all those links. Keep an eye out for the posts of the bone marrow screening drive. And I think that's it, Spanky. I think that was a pretty rapid fire pew pew pew.
And Ocean's 11, he's asking, are all of those streamed from this YouTube channel? And yes they are, right?
Yes, they are. All the shows are streamed. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up, Ocean's 11. Facebook has now come out with a policy that any live stream that is older than 30 days will be deleted. So you're going to start seeing a lot of our shows that have been posted that are going to get deleted on Facebook. However, YouTube will always have all the shows dating all the way back to 2015, just about.
Yep.
So, daily weekly reminder to donate to AAR. You know what? I always like to fan myself with my AAR propaganda, but because it does get a little spicy when we talk, but make sure you donate to AAR, of course. Go online, and they'll be able to assist. AAR has been knocking it out of the park, too, helping with soldiers and floods and out in the... Just had some soldier issues or soldier food stuffs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But data center space is getting a scarce. Yeah, with AI Ghibli images. Yeah, really. Those AI Ghibli images are like, hey, it was funny the first time, but I get it. It just was just funny the first time. It's cool. It's okay. Now everyone's doing the action figures. Y'all need better merch, but not dumb t-shirts. Alicia, what are you talking about? You don't realize back in the day when we were slinging merch, we had a ton of stuff. We had a lot of stuff. So we're bringing the lines back. So chill. If you don't like it, just refresh and wait till what you see once a month. So, anyways, share, like, and follow. This is Sarn's time. Isis Banky, signing out. Shots. See ya.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Driving us insane. ATF 0 dark 30, no time to complain. Push ups in the mud, feel the muscle strain. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Hilltops in the desert, sandstorms in our eyes. Memories for breakfast, no room for lies. Rocket marches through the night under starless skies. Brothers and sisters, we rise. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Drill sergeant's fury echoing in the air. Discipline and duty we all must bear. Battle buddies by our side in the fight we share. In the face of danger we dare. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Zones and firefights, adrenaline's rush. Silent nights, broken by the enemy's hush. Medics on the move in the heat of the crush. In the heart of battle we trust. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find out our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. Memories in our mind. Brothers lost but never left behind. Army WTF moments in the stories we find. In the Army's embrace, we're forever entwined. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Through the smoke and the flames we rise again. In the heart of the storm we find our sin. Battle buddies by our side, our men. In the Army's legacy we transcend.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.